It's the Flex Zone, episode 393, inching closer to episode 400. And you know we keep the illustrious guests pouring in. Very, very special guest. First time, but he's part of the Flex Zone family. He's going to be dropping jewels today. Can't wait to get into the conversation with him. Of course, we're talking about that Lamar Jackson contract and press conference. Is this the season that Lamar has to put it all together? Is the pressure on Lamar Jackson? We take a look at the NFL schedule release, where some of your teams may be playing, and what does the fate hold for the Ravens? Will they be playing overseas? We talk about Bronny James going to USC, and of course, we talk about the NBA playoff second round, and of course, we get goofy with Cavante. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, episode 393, closer to episode 400, coming to you live right after this. That's right. More exciting than a weekend trip to the ATL to watch the Orioles play, baby. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, fellas. Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Episode 393 coming through your airways right now. If you're on the YouTube right now, you guys know the drill. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, vote on the poll. Let us know how you feel about the Lamar Jackson contract and is the pressure on Lamar. Very, very illustrious guest on the show tonight. We'll get to him momentarily. You guys know the Flex Zone 1 Twitter and Instagram, Flex Zone Podcast on TikTok, flexzone1@gmail.com. Want to sit up here with the panel, be part of the show, ideas, etc. And of course, God's favorite host setting things off, but got to start things with the social media producer, the man himself, the man who he was out. You out this weekend, right, Raj? The meat man was out and about.
To a certain extent. I was pretty much cutting grass a lot this weekend, but I did a couple things. You know, I was on a stream on Saturday when we was watching Wacklash or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, I mean, I saw Guardians too. You know, Guardians was a great movie. Go out and check it out if you haven't seen it. But it was pretty chill weekend. Pretty chill weekend.
And of course, I gotta play your sound.
Finish him, Daddy.
And you know what? I always finish them. Ask any woman. Anyway, that's another situation.
The voice of reason's in the building, the captain of the goofy ship, the Commandalorian himself, driving down 295. You already know it's one we intro. Cavante, captain of the goofy ship.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Those haters.
Cavante, baby, in the building.
I'll never get used to it. But another Monday evening, you know how we do on the Flex Zone. Can't wait to get it started. Get to talk a little trash. You know, if we talking baseball, if we're not talking baseball, then I'll leave it alone. But another good night. It is what it is. Let's get it started, fellas.
Next man needs no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Man of 1,000 nicknames. He is the dean of Boston Hall University, the professor, proud of the Eastside Xavier Misbehavior, the A-list, the man more phenomenal than AJ Styles. It is my boy, the straw that stirs the drink, the man who got Lamar paid, Drizzy Dre. What's going on, my guy? How you feeling today on this Monday, which is Flex Zone Day? Good seeing you last week, my brother. Good seeing you and Raj last week.
Hey, man. Great seeing you, man. It was like old times, wasn't it, man? Appreciate you, man, for that wonderful introduction, as always. And, of course, we got a very special guest in the building. I'm anxious to get to work.
Let's get to it. This man is a Mergenthal alumni, Raj. I know you know him very, very well. You can hear him each and every day just about on 105.7. I thought he worked there at one point because you always hear him on airwaves giving the questions, bringing the thoughts to his various teams, which we'll get to in a second. He is a stadium connoisseur. He's trying to get his looks like his device together, but he's a stadium connoisseur. He's at all the events. He's at all the road games for the Ravens. He's travel for his other team out in Texas that we'll get into. He was at the Orioles game today, actually watching the Orioles unfortunately lose to the best team in baseball. But I think he's back. He's getting in. Let's give it up for the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mr. Worldwide, if I could use a term from you, Dre, the man who's everywhere, and it ain't a party unless he walk in, and he was outside tonight. Give it up, everybody, for Rashawn Thompson.
Yeah. Give it up for him. Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man. Dope intro, you know. Mr.
Hey, man.
International, player
Only
with the
the best for
passport,
you.
you know, like they said, man, you know.
Only the best for you, man. We know you got a busy schedule, so we appreciate you giving us some time.
Nah.
I mean,
It ain't that busy at all. See, y'all make it seem like to be like that, yo. I'm a simple man. You feel me? Like, you know,
Man,
I'm
you're
home
everywhere.
chilling, dolo. Like,
You're literally everywhere, bro.
huh?
All over the world.
Hey, man, you know that's what happens. You get a couple weeks vacation. You know, you gotta live life and get out of Baltimore. That's how you survive. You know.
This is true.
you ain't lying. Well, Rashawn, let the people know about you, brother, because you do rep the home team. But if they look at that background, you got the star. You are a star
Background.
yourself, brother.
Put
Yes.
back. Oh, damn.
The star.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Damn,
That star.
That's a little setup in my kitchen, you know, because I felt like blue and gray, whatever, would feel good in the kitchen. Not purple. You can't do a kitchen on purple. You know that, right? It just wouldn't look right. So I went with the little Cowboys thing in my kitchen. So, but other than that, you know, I was raised, you know, the Cowboys didn't come. I mean, the Ravens didn't come to '96, right? So growing up, everybody, you know, seen the Cowboys 92, 93, 95, whatever, winning. So that was my team growing up. And then when the Ravens came, I was like, who is this team in here? You know, I still root for the home team, but then I still stuck with my Cowboys. So, you know, fast forward 27, 20, 30 years later, I'm stuck with two teams, stuck in limbo. But, you know, it's Ravens all day, though. Don't get it twisted. But, you know, that's where we at now, though, with that. Be honest with you.
And I was with you, man, back in the 90s. I used to like the Emmitt Smiths and Troy Aikmans and Deion Sanders and
Can't forget Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I mean,
Playmaker.
I used to like the Cowboys in the mid 90s. I really did. I really didn't watch football like that, but I knew who they were because of Madden NFL 95 on Sega Genesis. I had that game.
Yes, that Madden. Yes. That's Madden. And peep this. A lot of people had other teams. They had like they root for the 49ers, like the Steelers, the Redskins, whatever. But you know, like I just stuck with my Cowboys. Unfortunate, and it's kind of it's hard because he's rooting for two NFL teams any given Sunday because you watching one team and then both your teams lose and you got a double bad Sunday. You know, so it's hard. I told myself, right, I'm trying to get this shit keep going out. That eventually once the Cowboys, if they do win the Super Bowl, that's when I'll just leave them alone. But that's not like it's gonna happen anytime soon.
So Rashawn, let me ask you, brother, do you think they can win the Super Bowl? Because I want to ask you, because I know you're hard on Dak. We hear your takes on 105.7.
Right.
You're hard on Dak. You think he's the key to you guys winning the Super Bowl. Can you guys get it done? I mean, offensively, this team is loaded. Even without Zeke, they got Tony Pollard, got Brandon Cooks, got CeeDee Lamb. I mean,
yes,
they're loaded offensively. In the defense, Micah Parsons, they were pretty good the past 2 years with Dan Quinn. What is missing with this team? Because they always seem to let you down when you need them most.
I don't know what's missing with them. Like people keep saying like, oh, it's Jerry Jones, but Jerry Jones is putting this roster together. Like you know, they say, well, you need the real GM, but you can't say it's Jerry Jones. Like he been drafting good and picking the right players, but I don't know if it's just bad luck. Like how the Red Sox had with the curse of the Bambino back in the day or something like that. But like we got the talent to do it, but Dak he's regressed the last year. Like definitely, you know, he was hurt and he threw all them interceptions, but he can put it together. I don't know, man. Like, it's to the point where my expectation for the Cowboys has changed. I'm like, listen, all right, just make it to the NFC Championship game, which we haven't made it to since the Super Bowl year, right? And it's just rough though. It's like every year I think it's gonna be that year, and I spend this money, go out to these playoff games, and look at the end of the day, yo. Like real talk. It's like, damn, like when is going to end, man? Like, and I'll be really thinking in my heart, like something's gonna pull through. Like, you know, it gotta pull through once, you know, sometime, but it don't be happening, man. And just stuck looking in limbo. Like, damn, what's the issue? I feel like we got rid of Kellen Moore. It was a good issue because like he was a more of a, you know, passing guy, and he wanted Dak to play like he was Pat Mahomes, but Dak ain't Pat Mahomes. So use the running game, utilize the running game. So we'll see this year and the next 2 years to see what it is. They got Dak Prescott. They got to figure out if they're going to extend him on this contract because he's due for $50 million against the cap this year. So I don't know if they're going to extend him or not, or just say F it and ride out this last whatever couple years, $50 million against the cap. But it's hard to get another quarterback and draft another quarterback. I think Dak has been serviceable though, but he's just choking big games. Even though that Tampa Bay game, you know, he played good, but I don't know, man. It's just I don't know what the answer is. It's just tough though. Be honest.
Now you're talking about that. Now you're talking about Dak Prescott, but right now he's actually the OG in the league. I think he's the longest serving NFL quarterback.
Right, you said that.
Is he for real?
Of the quarterbacks, yeah. I
the
do.
quarterbacks, Dak is the longest
he has
one.
the quarterback.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy though. And honestly, if you look at the stats, he's not that bad though. Like compared to Tom Brady, his first 7-8 years, it's not that far off though. So people say Dak ain't the answer, ain't this and that, but you know, like he was a second or third round draft pick. You know,
Fourth round, Rashawn. Fourth round.
His fourth round.
He was fourth? Oh,
yeah.
Come on, man. Fourth round draft pick. Come on, like so he wasn't even supposed to be what
they
he is
passed
now.
on him 3 times.
Yeah, he's overachieved. I might say he's overachieved. He got 2 playoff victories. He beat the great Russell Wilson at home, and he beat Tom Brady last year. He put Tom Brady in retirement. He outplayed Tom Brady last year, and that's 2 more wins. You know, he got 2 wins. Lamar Jackson only got 1 win, right? So, hey.
There's one.
Whoa, hey, look.
Nice
We
segue
know this is
there.
the first time on the show, brother. But what you doing?
I'm
man?
saying, no, I wasn't dissing Lamar, but I'm just saying,
you
though,
facts.
like,
That's facts, Rashawn. That's facts.
right,
That's the numbers.
And
Go
let
ahead,
me ask you this though, real quick, because since we're talking about Dak Prescott, we've had this debate on the show for the longest time.
Yeah,
and I still say this to this day: when Dak Prescott threw to my boy X Factor, throw the X up, when he threw to Dez against the Green Bay Packers, was it a catch?
Yes, it was a catch. The league even came out and said it was a catch, right? Definitely, yo. Man. That was heartbreaking, man. I remember
Thank
that
you,
weekend.
it was.
Yeah, that was the same weekend the Ravens lost to the Patriots. We blew that 14-point lead twice.
Oh,
if y'all remember, right? 2000, whatever.
2014.
14, yeah. It was rough. It was a rough weekend, but just like, damn, man. It happens. But yeah, it was a catch. And that was the year. I know people hate to hear this, but it was our year that year.
No, and that's why I said it. Like, I remember that. That's why I always say that.
Man, we hear that mess every year.
No. That was the year though. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I think that was
They would have lost to Brady. They would have lost to Brady, but they would have got there.
Because I don't know who won it that year or what happened after that.
The Patriots won it. Y'all would have lost to Brady, but y'all would have got there.
Who the Patriots?
Seahawks.
Oh, it was the Seahawks.
That was the Seahawks. Yeah.
That play in the Super Bowl. That play.
Oh, the Marshawn Lynch.
Yep.
That was that year. Oh my God.
No give to Marshawn Lynch. Yeah.
Oh my God, Pete Carroll. I still to this day hate him for that. Yo. Oh my God.
Well, you saw his team hates him for that because they were never the same after that.
Yo, nobody's there from that team, yo.
Except Pete.
Yeah, clown, yo.
Pete's the only one still
No,
there.
no players.
Yo,
No, hold on. No, Bobby Wagner's there. He went.
Oh,
back.
he just came back. He just came
Oh,
back.
he came back.
he went
though.
back.
Yeah.
But
He went back for that check. He went back for that check, though. Yeah.
They got a good team though, man. They might win that division. They got a really good team. They got a really, really good
Yeah.
young team.
49ers gonna win that. You know, Brock, unless Brock Purdy don't come back.
Depends on who's that quarterback.
Man, it depends on their health because neither one of the guys is gonna be ready. I think until the preseason.
Is Trey Lance? Trey Lance ain't ready.
Trey Lance nor
I don't think
Brock
so.
Purdy going to be ready.
Well, they were trying to trade Trey Lance, Rashawn. They don't believe in him.
Because
Because
Yeah.
they got
he
Purdy.
got a shot, man.
Capital. Wasted all that damn capital for what?
Yeah. Listen,
Well,
as soon as the great white hype come along, they just like, oh no, give up on the brother. He's gonna be good. No, man, give the guy a chance, yo.
I agree.
Oh,
No,
I agree too. The minute he got
give him a
hurt,
chance somewhere else.
the minute he got hurt, it was a wrap. I was like, yep.
Yeah, it's all good.
But enough about your Dallas Cowboys, man. We know how much they're going to suffer, and they're going to lose, and they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be very competitive.
Yeah, they're gonna make the play. I'm gonna be right there looking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Cowboys, go Cowboys! Oh yeah, and losing, looking stupid on the plane ride home every year.
Yes,
Depressed.
yes.
All this money I done spent on them Cowboy tickets. Cowboy tickets ain't cheap either. They
Not
not
cheap.
They not like Ravens tickets.
Basically takes the money out your pocket. But
Yeah.
but let's transition to our Baltimore Ravens, who have won a
Yeah.
Super Bowl more recently than the Cowboys have.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Lamar Jackson's contract extension, and where do you see the Ravens going at this year, basically?
I'm glad they got it done. I was actually when that shit came out about Lamar requesting the trade, I was like, damn, they done. And I was kind of optimistic. I'm one of the people that's optimistic, like, you know what? We signed Odell on like what day was that? That was it was a holiday. Easter. It was Easter, right? I remember I was at we signed Odell on Easter, right? I was like, all right, Tyler Huntley got these weapons, yo. I was one of them Tyler Huntley people like, yo, he can make it happen. With these weapons, he can't lose with these weapons. I was like, Jalen Hurts is a little bit better than Tyler Huntley. Delusional, call me what you want, whatever. But I just at this point I didn't think Lamar was coming back. So I was like, all right, cool. It's whatever. Then with Lamar signed, I'm like, dang, I was happy, of course, because Lamar kept us in games. Like you look at all these games we was in until he got injured, like we was in first place in division every single year the past 2 years. So I don't understand the people that was saying let him go, he ain't worth the money. Like who we going to get and who we going to sign? Like franchise quarterbacks don't just grow on trees every day. Like, and you don't just draft franchise quarterbacks in the draft. You don't get, they don't just fall like that. People get lucky. Look at the Chiefs; they got lucky. Like Pat Mahomes wasn't supposed to be a franchise quarterback. He fell. Like Mitch Trubisky was drafted before him. You feel me? So, but I'm glad we got Lamar back, and then
About that one, Andy Reid saw. Andy Reid reached up to get him.
Who? Andy Reid was still good. Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah. Damn. I mean, he was smart. Like that's if he did reach up to get him, I didn't know he reached up to get him.
Right.
But yeah, that was a like Hall of Fame quarterback right there. But with Lamar being back though, I'm anticipating with the offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, Zay Flowers. A lot of people it's like split in half with the decision picking them up because a 5'8" receiver. They wanted a big guy, maybe, or I honestly wanted a cornerback at that position. But hey, I'm not the general manager. But we shall see though. With the weapons we got, it's no excuse for Lamar now. The running game, and with the weapons we got, I'm just anxious to see. We should be up there. Like it's just like, in my opinion, it's AFC Championship game or bust this year. Real, because we better than the Bills.
Listen, keep it coming.
Bengals, Chiefs, like I don't know, we up there. Like it's man. I'm just anticipating that this is gonna be a big season because if Lamar failed, all them haters is gonna be on his like, talking all that ish. Like we shouldn't pay them this money and then I can hear the comments now and people calling in the radio now talking about him. So
you already know a certain person, the letter Q calls
that clown. Yo, they got old ass Aaron Rodgers show, the Jets show. Randall Cobb, and we know the Jets history, yo. Come on, like they might make a wild card, but I ain't want to worry about no Jets at all.
Man, look, you talking about Lamar's contract, but the minute I knew it was all about money. I was like, the minute the Ravens pay him, all that talk about him being traded, I was like, that's gonna go out the window.
Ooh.
Money solves a lot of issues.
Yo, nobody bid on that Shiva. Like nobody bid on it. Like somebody, I thought somebody was gonna be like, all right, we offer you this and this for Lamar, but I don't know if it was collusion or they just was like, we don't believe in Lamar. I don't know, but
well, I was hearing that part of it was that the issue was that he wanted the Ravens. He kind of forced their hand. So you saw that the change at the offensive coordinator position. You saw them bringing in Odell. You saw that they drafted another receiver. So some of these changes happened amidst Lamar in this contract dispute, because who knows if he signs the deal? Who knows if they make these type of changes? So maybe he was kind of forcing the Ravens' hand. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So do y'all think did they overpaid for Odell though?
I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I mean, even
no.
if they did at this point, you're the Ravens. You haven't had a player that caliber of Odell Beckham. No matter if he has been hurt, he brings. See, people just thinking about him from the wide receiver position, but he also brings stardom to the Ravens too. So I think that propels the Ravens into a different conversation. It's one thing to have the quarterback, but when you don't have like the guy, like how Patrick Mahomes has had like Kelsey, and the Bills have had Stephon Diggs. You need that guy. So I think that really helped the Ravens. So I think, yes, to a degree that they overpaid him, but it was a necessary overpayment.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you had to do that.
But I'm gonna say I'm put it in him because I think he's the piece that Lamar needed to come back to the Ravens. Now, whether they want to, say it or not, I think without him, I think he plays on the tag. If he does play with the Ravens, I don't think he signs that deal. And I think that it gave him a little bit more faith that they're going to do what he actually wants them to do instead of just talk. Because remember, they were for a couple years now, they've been just giving him a lot of talk. Oh yeah, we're going to go get this guy for you, or do this for you, or do that for you. And then a lot of times they went out and got Sammy Watkins and
Demarcus Robinson.
Don't get me wrong, they could play a little bit, but you need somebody as of that hype or that ilk that Odell Beckham is. And I know he's coming off with 2 ACL injuries, but I still think he has a lot left in the tank. Plus, he can teach younger guys. So
let me also ask this: would you rather have us had traded for D-Hop, or are you happy with the wide receiver pick and Flowers?
Zay Flowers for sure.
Yeah, D-Hop was cost us too much. I don't know what that wasn't going to be cheap.
He's over 30. And he's over 30, Rashawn.
Interesting thing about Arizona, they're trying to trade D-Hop, quote unquote, but they want whoever the trade partner is to pay majority of the contract.
Ooh,
bro, you gave him all this money,
and that's
trying
2
to
years.
trade them all, but y'all want whoever to pay majority of the contract and draft picks or whatever else they want to trade. Like, it's too much, bro. And also, DeAndre Hopkins doesn't. His injury track record isn't good either.
Hey,
new guy.
Not only that, like you said, I mean, I think that's why Byron kept saying he didn't think the trade was going to happen, because it was just going to, in the end, it was going to cost too much, like you said. And I think he's got 2 years left on that contract, and he's getting paid
and now he gets
a huge amount as a wide receiver.
And now, I didn't get a chance to speak on Odell, but I do think they overpaid for him because Odell has an injury history and he's on the wrong side of 30. But it's only 1 year, so it's not going to hurt too bad. Like, if it don't work out, you can dust your hands off and let that be that. Now, if it does work, then you got some decisions to make next year. But I think that's a good problem to have, depending on how it flows.
And that's what Lamar getting a deal helps Cavante because it helps out the cap. So if Odell's balling, they can extend him before anybody else. And Rashawn, to your point, this isn't Odell from the Giants where he's a 20-something-year-old goofy individual proposing on the sideline, kicking the net. This man is a father now. He's been hurt the last 2 years. He's mature. If you listen to his press conference, he's way mature. He's played with Todd Monken before. He had 1,000 yards. He knows what he brings to the table. And Todd Monken even said, Odell brings it on the field. The only problem with Odell is staying on the field, being healthy. If he's there, he's a legit guy. He's a dog. We talk about Ray Lewis. We talk about Steve Smith, those guys we've had. He's a legit dog on offense. And like you said, he brings that legitimacy. And it's like, okay, the Ravens actually got some guys now. And you bring in a Zay Flowers. You still got Andrews. And if G-Roll was here, trust me, none of this would be happening.
Let me give y'all the numbers real quick for D-Hop. He signed a 5-year, $81 million contract. That's and the cap hit would be up to $30 million, and the dead cap hit could be up to $22.
He'll be suffering with Hollywood and Kyler Murray this year. They were sitting courtside yesterday.
Yep.
I mean, they ain't the bad lineup. Hollywood, D-Hop, Kyler Murray better ball out, man.
Kyler Murray is not gonna be playing half of the season.
Yeah, but I say he another one.
He ain't gonna start the season.
He tore his ACL at the very end.
Oh, he tore his ACL? Kyler Murray?
Yep.
Dang.
He won't be back. He probably be back probably till December. If anything.
Dang, give him all that fucking. Yo, how you justify giving Kyler Murray all that money? That's my thing. Like Murray, like.
Well, the thing is,
stranglehold on the organization. My gosh, like he demanded, he pulled Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
in his contract negotiation, but he played hardball. Like he said, nah, just nah. And also, he kind of was over top of what's the head coach name?
Cliff
Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury ain't have no backbone, yo. Kyler Murray ran all over that dude, man. So it wasn't like he had a legitimate counter at head coach. He just had a regular guy. Honestly, Cliff Kingsbury shouldn't have been an NFL head coach, if I'm being honest. He should not have been. And now you couple him with a young superstar quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner. He's going to run over top of him. Cliff Kingsbury don't have nothing to stand on. So that's why Kyler Murray ran ragged. And I think the worst thing the Arizona Cardinals could have done was hire a defensive head coach. So now Arizona is going to be a struggle for Arizona this year.
Right, a big struggle.
But even if he was there, it was going to be a struggle. Like they're probably going to be last in the division, and that's not even me being outrageous.
Yeah, between them and like the Rams, probably. Yeah, or the Seahawks. No, Gino's still with the Seahawks, right? So
I like the Seahawks, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. I like the Seahawks.
Well, Rashawn, we gotta ask you while we got you here about the stadium experience, because you're always at the game, you're always checking in, you're calling in about where you're going to be in a certain city. What made you get into traveling to all these games? Because you travel for the Ravens, you travel for the Cowboys. What made you get into that? And what has been your best experience at a stadium, your best stadium, or worst stadiums for any team, even if it's Ravens, Cowboys, anything?
Well, I've been like traveling since like 2015, I guess. And then I like football too. So I was like, I guess I'll start traveling to cities that my teams are playing to. Good cities, like fun cities, Miami's and shit like that. But I would say my what'd you say was the best? You say
like what's your best stadium, the worst stadium?
Maybe
best
stadium?
Food options, like best nightlife.
All right, best stadium. Y'all gonna trip about this though. Y'all ain't gonna expect this answer, but my best stadium. Can y'all send me this? Keep going like. My phone keep going. There. All right. The Oakland Coliseum. Oakland Coliseum was my craziest, best experience. And people say, "Oh yeah, it's an old stadium." Yeah, it is, but like when I went there, just the atmosphere was crazy. I was sitting in the what they call it when the Raiders fans sit at the
you talking about the black hole?
The black hole, yeah, the black hole, yo, it was crazy. It was I've been there 3 times, mind you. I've been there for a Ravens game, a Cowboys game, and the Orioles game. The Cowboys game was the craziest, best experience I've ever, been to, but they blocked me from leaving the game. It was a Sunday night game. The Cowboys was about to lose. I thought they was about to lose. I was about to leave. I was talking all this ish. They blocked me off like, no, you ain't leaving. Mind, this is Oakland. Like, it's crazy out there. Like, it's real. It's real in the field out there, yo. You can't be no punk out there. Yo, it was real. I'm like, all right. I couldn't leave. I'm held hostage. I'm sitting there, yo. Derek Carr fumbled in the end zone. The Cowboys wound up winning, yo. It was the craziest game ever, yo, because just how passionate they fans was in that stadium. It was old. It was just like ran down, but it was just passionate though. Like it wasn't none of this Hollywood shit that they doing out now with all these new stadiums though. But it was real fans experience a real experience though. Like, and it was like one of the moments like you'll never forget in life. And I remember like leaving the stadium, and people always say, "Don't go to Oakland, don't go there, don't wear your jersey." And there was fans out there that actually didn't wear they jerseys. Like real talk, they was plain Jane. Like, "Yo, you crazy?" But I'm like, "Nah, like I'm representing my team. Like, just stand your ground." But that was one of my best stadium experiences I ever been to. Like out in Oakland, the Oakland Coliseum, like, and it's sad to see them not have a team no more, man. That city just lose. Both their teams got hurt to Oakland A's this season now.
Everything, bro.
Yeah, they losing everything, but that was one of my best stadium experiences I've experienced though. You know what? It reminded me of Memorial Stadium. Like that's crazy because I ain't been to Memorial Stadium since '91. And Oakland Coliseum remind me of Memorial Stadium, like the troughs you piss in the bathroom. It was just like ran down the old school. It's under this shit with fucking luxury suites and all that, man. Like it was just real deal. Like and Oakland fans, I got a lot of respect for Oakland fans though. Like, and the fights I seen, they was fighting each other though. They was like they really fight, but they fight each other. I saw some other fans fighting. They fighting Cowboys fans, but they was fighting each other. They really crazy out there, like really crazy. But us from Baltimore, we're used to that. That's why we go out there like it's nothing to us. People say don't go out there like Oakland, Philly, and all that. Yo, we used to that. We from Baltimore though, so that all that it's nothing to us though. And I'm gonna say that's my number one stadium experience. Now my best stadium, I would say, is LA, the Rams Chargers stadium. I like that stadium.
So fly.
Yeah. So fly. I like that. I've been out there, I guess, twice so far. Damn, it's been twice. Yeah, 2 Cowboys games against the Chargers and the Rams. And I know the schedule come out Thursday, so we'll see when the Ravens play out there. I'm gonna try to go out there this year when the Ravens play.
I might be with you. I might try to go out there too.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely go out there. I like that stadium. I wasn't too impressed with the Raiders stadium. It was just
the new stadium. You didn't like that?
Yeah, it was all right, but it's what it is. I personally like the Steelers stadium though. I've been out there twice. The Steelers we lost both times though. But I like the atmosphere. It's cool out there. It ain't hostile like people would think it would be though. Being in the Steelers stadium.
Man, no, yo, check this out. It's hostile when Pitt plays. That's what it's hostile.
Bro.
I've been out there. I want to say I went to Pitt, West Virginia, football game, and that was the first. That was the first game of the season. Man, ain't nothing like college football atmosphere, yo.
College football, different level, yo. Different level. Yeah.
It was rocking, like the stadium was legit moving. I'm like, yo, is this normally how this happens? They were like, yeah, this is normal. I say, oh, hell nah.
He said, hell nah.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's damn. I don't think I've been to many college football games.
Man,
so I think
college football I would tell you to put that on the list. That is a different experience.
For sure, I can imagine.
I've been to
they
one.
fans are different. You know, it's different.
Yeah.
They're not fair weather like NFL. You know,
they all in.
No, they young, they got time, and they got energy.
the energy, liquor,
And
yeah,
liquor.
liquor. Yeah, for sure.
Well, Rashawn, we got to ask you, brother. You were down at a stadium tonight, Camden Yards, the most beautiful stadium in all of
I love
baseball.
it. Definitely.
Yes.
Beautiful stadium.
Unfortunately, our Orioles lost 3-0, but they're 22-13. The Rays are just running through everybody, 29-7.
Yes.
Can they keep up this high start? Are you buying in with the Orioles or selling, man? You like the direction they're headed in? Can they win the World Series in the next couple of years?
Oh yeah, definitely next couple of years. I'm a firm believer. Like if they can do something, I called in the 105.7 earlier about the pitcher, and if we can get a pitcher, and I said maybe a hitter too, because in this Braves series in the weekend, the hitting went on point.
They were close. They were close.
Yeah, we left a lot of runners on base though. Like, but
I think they were 1 for 14, Rashawn.
Yes, they was. So the hitting just can't just go cold like this. We got certain nights when certain players step up, and then that's it. Like Mullins, it'd be a good night, and Mountcastle and Hayes. We need consistent nights from all these hitters. So that's why I was like, maybe the deadline we can get a pitcher and a hitter. Rob Long and them agreed with me about a pitcher, but they said a hitter. Nah, we got hitters in the minor leagues. We can call up and this and that, but we want to win now. We don't want to wait till 2025, though. You know, we understand Mike Elias playing and this and that and waiting around, but we want to win now because it's been a long time, a very long time. So I don't know, man. We just we can contend this year. I'm okay with making the playoffs this year. We can get a pitcher, we could make the playoffs, and plus they expanded the playoffs to 16. So I'm guaranteed we got a good roster. We can make the playoffs out of 6 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my take on that though.
Let me ask you real quick before we leave. Which fans are more delusional, Cowboys or Commanders fans?
Damn, that's a good question. Because Cowboys fans, to keep it real with you, Cowboys fans are not that delusional no more. Like we understand, I'm probably the most delusional Cowboys fan. And I just talk that shit on 105.7 just to hear Jeremy Conn what he gonna say back, But like, I don't know. Commanders, they not. Come on, they don't believe in shit. They can't be delusional. Damn, that's a tough question. You only give me these two options, so I would have to say, damn, out of Commanders and the Cowboys fans, damn, I'm gonna keep it real. Cowboys fans are more delusional because we expect to win because we go to the playoffs every year. As far as the past 2 years, So, but the Commanders, like, they don't expect nothing in life. Like, they teamed and changed their name. They stadium a dump, so they own ain't shit. Yeah,
I mean that's true. He's still the owner.
I think it's also, so Cowboys fans are delusional, but I think it's more so the media egging that.
The media, thank you.
Oh yeah.
And like, cause every year everybody talks about it. Stephen A. Smith got his own goddamn whole segment.
Every segment, every morning. Like, come on,
Skip Bayless got his own.
My God.
So it's constant, and it's always constant. It's always constant. So yes, the Cowboys, from the legacy that the Cowboys have, yes, they come from winning, and for it to be a quarter of a century, it's still absurd. But those fans are still as dedicated as they were in the 90s. For those that are still around, but also the media now, and now I will tell you, Commander. Well, at the time it was the Redskins. When I was in high school, growing up in the in DC and Prince George's County, DMV area, it was some delusional Redskins fans.
Really?
Absolutely. I live with all of them. Also, the DMV was also a melting pot too. Like, it was Ravens fans, Eagles fans, Cowboys fans.
Yeah, Cowboys fans on there deep for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, they say 10% of the country is Cowboys fans, and that's a hell of a lot.
That is.
Oh no, I believe in it because every game, any away game I go to, Cowboys wise,
They there.
yeah, it's like it's definitely a takeover. Like especially in certain cities like LA when the Chargers playing and Carolina, even down in DC. Like it's definitely like more Cowboys, and that's why the tickets always high as hell. That's why I hate Cowboys away games because the tickets is always
On that
high
shit up.
as hell. Like man, it's crazy. They come from out of the woodworks everywhere.
Right.
Cowboys fans here and there, but yeah, it's for real.
Well, Rashawn, how can the people keep up with you? How can they hear your takes on the radio and anything else you want to plug, brother?
I mean, just hit me. I mean, I'm on 105.7 The Fan every morning, from 6 to 10 on Rob Long. Ed knows Jeremy come like I'm a part of the show, but
You are though.
yeah,
Is.
I catch you from 10 to 12 with Vinny Serrato and my man Bob Haney. And other than that, I'm just low key guy, doing my thing, living life, traveling the world, Craig, and
We'll give it up, everybody, for Rashawn Thompson one more time, finally stepping into the Flex Zone building. Rashawn, appreciate you, brother, man.
Yo, and make sure you stay away from Q. All right, stay away from that.
Q. I ain't gonna front. I love Q. When he call in, yo, it's like all eyes on Q, yo. Like he funny as hell though, yo. Like how
Yo,
you the show.
we're trying to get him back on, man. He been
he been on here before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been on here before.
Damn, I missed that episode, yo. Y'all gotta get him back on, yo. I want to come on next time he come on, yo. Can y'all accommodate that?
Hey.
all right, we gonna have to make that happen, man.
Set up, man.
So y'all will make that happen.
Every time Q call in, it's like mad callers calling at him and be like, "Oh, Q this and that," like talking about the Yankees, and he don't talk about the Twins no more, right?
Yeah, he don't talk about the Twins no more. He's Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees, and the Jets. Talking about the Jets, they got Aaron
Rodgers. Hey, look, keep talking about them Yankees. That's right.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, now they got the Aaron Rodgers with the Jets now. I mean, it's never been the Jets here since 1969.
Exactly. That's what I tell him all the time. He don't listen to
69.
Hey, look, man. You know what? I give the Jets credit. They were close. Them Sanchez years.
Mark Sanchez, the bunt fumbles, right? Yeah, it's butt fumble.
If they had a quarterback, they probably would have been one of them teams.
Yeah, they had a good team around them. Yeah, that's true.
They didn't have the guy.
But yeah, see, it's gonna be crazy with this year and the schedule coming out. I'm waiting to see him in the primetime games the league give Aaron Rodgers and them though.
Boy.
Hey, Rashawn, real quick, Rashawn, before you get out of here. There are rumors that there might be the Cowboys, Jets, and Jerry World on Thanksgiving. How you feel about that?
Happen.
I believe that. Yeah.
That's the rumor going around. And it's a Black Friday game too this year as well. Added.
A word, yeah. Damn, for real. So they got Thanksgiving and Black Friday, huh?
Yep. So there'll be a lot of NFL with the leftovers.
Yeah. I believe it though. I mean, why not? I mean, you got the Jets in that AFC East. I know the Jets play the Chiefs this year, the Eagles.
Yep. AFC East, AFC West, and NFC East. So they got a tough schedule.
They can at least get 5 of them, but I just hope the Ravens they don't screw the Ravens. Remember last year we only got like 3 of them, I think, because we missed the playoff. They say, but still, you got Lamar Jackson. I ask you like
that. They gonna try to get that. We know.
Yeah, at least give us 5, yo. Like, we got to get 5 max though. But I see with these they going to flex some of these games on what they say Thursday nights, right? On Monday night. Yeah, so that's a good thing because some Thursday night games be boring as hell though. We don't want to see that shit.
Honestly, look, I'm kind of a fan of like get rid of Thursday night football.
Yeah, for real.
That's me. Unless they're gonna give the players more rest, I think that they need to
get rid of that shit. Keep it Sunday night and Monday night.
Yo, Sunday night is it, yo. Sunday night has been it.
Yeah, Sunday night games.
NBC get them best games. But I heard they're going to flex Monday night games, too, if I'm not mistaken, right? They're going to flex Monday nights, too?
And then they're going to flex everything because every game can be – I think every game can be flexed now.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy because the motherfucker got a flight set up to come back, Monday morning.
That's the only thing that sucks, man. You're right. Because you're right. You got to factor in people from out of town or even people in town. Like if they have a schedule, sometimes people can't get off from work on those certain days. So that
Yeah,
does suck
for
for the working person.
sure. Yeah. It's a couple games, a couple stadiums I still got to hit. Like I hit all but 5, so I'm gonna try to hit two more this year. The Buffalo, Dallas play at Buffalo. I haven't been in Buffalo yet, and Arizona, Ravens play at Arizona. So that's
Well,
2 out of 5 that I haven't hit yet.
Hey, yo,
look,
you been?
I know we. Oh, go ahead, Karate.
I say you been in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I've been to Jacksonville twice.
All right.
Last year, twice. It was bad. Like Cowboys and Ravens lost last year. Remember that Ravens game we lost? It was
Yep.
bad. And Cowboys lost in similar fashion too. I think. Like it was crazy.
Overtime. Yeah, it was
Yes,
overtime.
they did. Yep, they sure did.
Remember that
Similar
game?
fashion.
It was crazy. And they
Uh,
was yelling Duval. Like, yo, they fans like they voted down there. Yo, I ain't gonna front, man. They
That's
do.
because they ain't got nothing down there. So
Yeah, exactly. They got shit down there.
AEW now. You got Tony.
Man,
man, I've been through Jacksonville. I was like, ain't nothing in this.
ain't nothing down there. It's like, yo, that's like one place in Florida. I'd rather live in Baltimore. I'd rather be in Baltimore than live in Jacksonville, yo. For real. That's like Southern Georgia. To be honest with you, though, this is not Florida.
So let me ask you real quick because I know we keep saying we gonna let you go, but is it as hard to travel to these places as people may think that it may be?
Not at all. Not at all. It's easy. I mean, simple. You book your ticket and go. Shit, like. Yeah, I ain't going front. Hey, listen, I ain't going front like I stay up in the 5-star hotels. No, I give me a good 3.5-star joint. I'm
That's
good.
right. I'm only gonna be there a short time, baby, not a long time.
For a good time, not a long time, right?
Right, listen. I normally get off 2:30 p.m. I normally file 4:30, 5 o'clock. Catch that 5 o'clock flight on a Friday. I'm there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, Monday evening. I fly back. So it's nothing. It ain't bad at all. Though. Like,
Well, Rashawn, we appreciate the travel tips. We appreciate your knowledge, brother. We're gonna have you back with Q, if not before then, and we're gonna hear you on 105.7.
Definitely gonna have you back. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Rashawn. Anytime, brother. Have a good night, man. We'll be talking to you. We'll definitely make sure we get you back up here.
All right, man. Y'all be easy.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
All right, Rashawn. All right, that was
One more time
dope,
for
man.
Rashawn. Big up to Rashawn. Glad to
Yeah,
have him on the
indeed.
show.
Word.
Get the applause going.
That was cool.
That was good stuff. Good job.
Big up to Rashawn yet again. But let's get into the schedule. I want to talk about the schedule a little bit as the schedule does come out on Thursday. And I do have some notes about the schedule before we get into the schedule that I did want to read. So NFL will have a Black Friday game for the first time ever. We will have games don't belong to networks anymore, so all games are free agents. So CBS doesn't necessarily have AFC, NFC doesn't necessarily go to Fox. Teams can be on Thursday Night Football twice, hence the flexing, and not all teams are guaranteed to have a prime time game. Raj, when you hear that, what are you looking forward to? Schedule? Anything particular looking forward to? What do you think about the Ravens? And what would you like to see?
Of course, I'd like to see the Ravens on 6 times. I'm not even going to front. I want to see them 6 primetime games. I definitely want to see a balanced schedule, of course. I don't want to see them traveling all over the place. I think going from London to Los Angeles to whatever. I mean, I just want to see a nice balanced schedule. And I want that for all teams. I don't want, any team to have an advantage over somebody else. And, it'd be the reason why they lose. Because I remember a couple years ago when we played the Chargers, I think they just came off of something and they had to fly all the way to Baltimore. And I think we blew them out. Like, they literally just was at jet lag. I mean, after the first quarter, it was over. I don't want that, for the NFL. So I hope that that the schedule is balanced for every team. I want to see what changes because I know there's a lot going on with DirecTV not having the NFL package anymore, and I'm pretty sure I think a lot of the games are gonna be on YouTube, I believe, right?
YouTube has Sunday Ticket now.
Yeah, YouTube has Sunday Ticket, so that's gonna be crazy in itself. I want to see how that balances out. the schedule. It's just gonna be a lot, man. This is probably gonna be a really different year, but and probably the start of something really, really fresh and new. So this schedule is gonna be pretty much everything. This is probably the last big thing until I guess training camp starts. So I definitely want to see what they do. I want to see what what are the prime time games starting off the year, and I want to see what are the matches going to be week 1 and throughout the season.
Uh,
Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, all right, let me ask the panel this, because I mean, I know this is great for the NFL, but then what are the repercussions for the NBA? Because usually wasn't like Thanksgiving was kind of like the NFL, and then the next day would be the NBA. So, what do you guys think is going to be the repercussions as far as the NBA? The impact of now the NFL saying that they're going to have a Black Friday game on the NBA. Usually because that would be their time transitioning into Christmas Day.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think they can coexist. I mean, they've done it last year. I believe they had an NFL and an NBA game on at the same time.
And they also have college football, Dre. Don't forget that.
Right. So, I mean, it just depends on what you want to watch that day. If you want to see, and it depends on which game it is. That's on Black Friday. It could be a game that you don't really care about or really want to see. So, I mean, they got something for everybody, I guess. But I don't think it hurts the NBA at all. The NBA is going to do what the NBA does. And the NFL is going to do exactly what they've been doing all along, which is get all the money in the world any kind of way that they can by giving you all kinds of games every single.
And you know they're going to put a marquee matchup on Black Friday. It's their first Black Friday game.
Yeah, they probably might put the defending champions versus whoever, Yeah,
because we know the Chiefs will be kicking off the first game of the season, so it might be the Chiefs and Bengals again, or Chiefs Bills. That's going to get your juices flowing. Then Cowboys probably be on Sunday night. Rashawn's Cowboys will probably be against maybe the Eagles. You'll probably get the Eagles on prime time. Then, like I said, you hear Thanksgiving rumblings about the Jets and Cowboys. That'll be an afternoon game. Don't forget the Lions are always on Thanksgiving. The Lions are a fun team to look out for this year. So that game will be a marquee game because whoever's playing the Lions, maybe it is a Vikings or maybe a Green Bay to see how they're doing post Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be an exciting game. And then the primetime game, could it be a Ravens Steelers? Could it be a Bengals Bills? Remember, they never got to play last year because of the Damar Hamlin situation. They could put that on primetime. A lot of things to look forward to, Cavante. Real quick before you go, Cavante, Commander's schedule. I'm looking at it. It's a little tough, brother, as far as opponents. Cowboys at home, Dolphins at home, Eagles at home, Cardinals at home, 49ers at home, Bills at home, Bears at home, Giants at home. Of course, you go to the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, and the got the Falcons, Seahawks on the road, Jets, Rams, Patriots, Broncos.
Damn, do you get 5 wins? Jesus.
That's a tough ass guy. I didn't know y'all schedule was this tough, Cavante.
Jeez Louise.
Crazy because we was in last place. Like, goddamn, where's the
what have y'all done?
Play, baby? But
yeah, that's tough.
This is a bad time to play an AFC East. This was a bad time to play the AFC East. I'm just gonna say that my division is already tough because everybody in the division. Well, the Cowboys I think they took a step forward and then took a step back. The Giants got better. Of course, the Eagles are the defending division champs and the defending NFC champs. So our division is tough. Plus, we got to play the AFC East. So, we're not doing ourselves any favors with how the schedule flows and just playing the AFC East right now.
No gimmies, Cavante. No gimmies. Because Atlanta might win that division.
Atlanta gonna be crazy. Is it Atlanta? Is it in DC?
It's in Atlanta, Cavante. You might want to take a trip down to Mercedes.
You gotta go, yo.
You gotta go to Seattle. You gotta go to the Jets. Gotta go to Denver. That's always tough.
It's gonna be rough. It's
Bills
gonna be rough.
Come here. 49ers come here. You got the Dolphins coming here. The Bears aren't gonna be easy. Justin Fields, you get to see him.
It's rough. Listen, man. You know who I want? Caleb Williams, baby. This is the year to do it, baby. Come on, man. And listen,
you said take before the season start, man.
No, listen, baby. Listen, it's been rumblings that they try to do it anyway. And as tough as the schedule is looking, it ain't gonna be hard to quote unquote let some games go.
Hey, yo,
I
what I'm saying?
mean,
Now,
Dre,
mean-
you heard the schedule, brother.
the
It ain't
only
like they
thing-
got to try.
The
gonna be
only
tough.
thing is that I don't like it for Eric Bieniemy. That's the only thing I don't like that for them. But with new management, they probably all for like get the next big thing, which would be Caleb Williams out of college football. I don't want to sit through a terrible year, but if Caleb Williams is at the end of the tunnel, I'm gonna keep going.
You know what though? Now that I'm thinking about it, what was it with the 76ers? They called it the plan, the process.
Trust the process.
And we've been talking about Eric Bieniemy being the next head coach, Ron Rivera getting up out of there. This could all be a part of the process.
But I hope new management, I hope Magic Johnson and them and Magic Johnson and Harris, I hope that they see it that way and don't just give Eric Bieniemy the boot.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't.
Real
Gotta
quick,
give that magic smile, baby. Gotta give him that
the
magic
Ravens,
Yeah.
the Ravens schedule I don't think is going to be easy either. They have the Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Texans, Colts, Seahawks, Rams, Dolphins, Lions at home. Go to Pittsburgh, go to Cleveland, go to Cincinnati, Titans, Jaguars. One of them could be an international game. Cardinals, 49ers, Chargers. So no easy schedule for the Ravens, even though I think they're going to be able to get double-digit wins. It's not going to be easy.
I don't want it to be easy for the
But y'all in
Ravens.
the AFC, so there's that.
I don't want it to be easy for the Ravens. I think they need this type of a challenge. Thank God that Lamar is back because oh Lord, we would be going for Caleb Williams if
Well, I'll take Drake May out of North Carolina too. One of those guys.
No, listen, I talk about
I was
Caleb
about to
Williams,
say,
but
yeah, that's
but
the other
Drake
guy.
is really good.
You
as
like
well.
Drake, right, Raj? You like that new AI Drake?
I do. I like the AI. AI Drake is off the chain, yo. I mean, no disrespect to the real Drake, but the AI Drake might be beating the real
So
Drake.
imagine the Drake that can actually throw the football.
Oh my God, is he an AI too?
I think he's right. But you got two possible generational type quarterbacks in next year's draft. So
And so you
I want one of them.
You
I
look
want
what at that from what you're saying about that schedule, yeah, one of them coming over there.
it's gonna be tough, though, man. It's gonna be. Rod, you said 5 wins. They might be lucky to get 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the total, but it's given under. But also, something interesting. The Falcons, they have the Falcons at 8.5.
That division's gonna be interesting.
I'm taking over.
The NFC South is going to be very interesting because you can make a tape, maybe not Tampa, but the other 3 you can make a case for.
I could definitely make a case for the Panthers.
Yes.
And Saints.
Yes, and it's going to be interesting. We'll get to that bridge when it crosses. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But let us know your thoughts on the schedule. Release Thursday at 8. Got to figure out what we're going to do. May do something on the channel. Not sure yet. We'll see what we do with the schedule when it comes out. Let's get into your boy, his son, Dre. Bronny James announced over the weekend he'll be going to USC. I know D is somewhere having a great time.
Yeah, baby. as D would say.
Hey, yo, he got the dance down and everything.
Dre, do you think Bronny's worth the hype? Is he going to be able to play with his dad? Is he going to be that good to be one and done, number 19 recruit in the 150? I feel like LeBron's pulling the strings anyway. Keep him close to LA.
Yeah, he's got to at this point. LeBron's behind all this, but I think that he's going to do well. I mean, USC. Remember, this ain't their first time getting a celebrity son because Romeo had played for USC at one point. So this is nothing new to them. God, I love these new sound effects, man. But like I said, I don't think to USC this is nothing new. It was either going to be USC or UCLA. So that's how I viewed it. Either way, and I think that Bronny is probably going to be one and done. I don't see him playing that long. And rumor has it that We did look. People forgot that Romeo did go to USC. But rumor has it now that it's not just Bronny, but I'm hearing that his other son, like LeBron, is going to try to like play this thing out and try to play with both sons. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know how much more LeBron has left in the tank. He still looks good, but you can tell it's not the same LeBron James. But I think that this is a good move for both sides, honestly, both USC and Bronny James.
Mark, to your point, that's a good thing, baby. The longer the ad, the better for the channel. But Cavante, are you feeling this Bronny James situation? I'm gonna look up their recruiting class while you do that. Are you? I'm not buying the hype personally, but go ahead, Cavante.
Me neither. Like, he's a really good player, but I don't think he gonna change change a franchise like that. I don't think he's that. He's really good. He's really skilled. And one thing I do like about him is that he wants to play defense. So you usually don't see that in young kids coming out. But he is very skilled because he has a hell of a teacher. And I think USC is perfect. Like Dre was saying, he's home. He doesn't have to travel far. And LeBron can go to, not games whenever he wants, but whenever he wants. He's LeBron, whatever. But I just think it's so fitting. Like Dre said, it was really he was staying home. It was USC or UCLA. So I'm not surprised. But y'all want to know something interesting? USC is back. USC as a school, as a program, is back. Like, football's up, basketball about to be up because it's about to be celebrity out. But this is LA. Like, this is Cali, this is Hollywood. It's only right that those schools have stars. So I think it was fitting that he goes to USC, but I'm not believing the hype. He's going to be a good player, but I don't think he's top 5 in the class or anything like that.
Let me say this though before Raj chimes in. I thought that honestly, I said that if it wasn't, I think if Coach K was still around, I could have seen him going to Duke. I thought about Calipari for a minute with Kentucky, but I was like, no. I said that for some reason that program doesn't fit. I feel like NBA players with the relationship that they've had with Coach K. I mean, not saying that John doesn't have a relationship with NBA players, but I think Coach K has a better relationship. So to me, especially because Kentucky really hasn't been like that as of late. Now that people are starting to get hip to the one and done, I thought if the great Coach K was still around, I thought that was the only other place I could have seen him go to.
Go ahead, Raj. Do you care about USC? You gonna be staying up at 10:30 to watch those games?
Listen to me, Bronny. If you're listening, well, hopefully you are. But stay away from those women, if you know what I mean. Stay away from those LA women. They're going to get you in trouble. If I seen somebody put up a meme where if you ever seen the movie He Got Game, when he was visiting the college,
and Rick Fox, was that Rick Fox?
Yes, it was Rick Fox. Yeah,
bad.
And then he had the two white girls kissing him, Ray Allen and stay away from that. All right, I don't want to see Dr. Umar, getting on here talking about Bronny James is
swimming in the milk.
Swimming in the milk. Wilding out in these streets. Stay focused, Bronny. Stay focused. You're a young man. You're impressionable. Your father is LeBron James. He's done everything correctly. He hasn't been in any scandals. I think you're about 17 years old, about to turn 18. Keep your mind keep your mind in them books and in basketball. That's all you need to do. Books, basketball, leave everything else alone. USC is a great college. USC is a great college. Stay focused. Stay off of Instagram, off these Facebooks, because they will get you in trouble.
Off of Twitter.
off of the Twitters.
Oh, definitely Twitter. My gosh.
That's what. But other than that, I'm happy for the brother. But he gonna have to learn to stay focused. If you want to make the NBA, you want to play with your dad, please stay focused.
What's the new kids? They on what? Lock it, man. Keep them off of all that social media stuff.
Yes, I'm sure his dad will coach him up, and being close, he can, he can do this if need be.
Yeah. That's right. Right. Whoop his ass. That's right. Right. That's right, LeBron. You beat his ass.
Him and Savannah can pull up and get it done.
Do what you gotta do.
Yes. Let's get to these NBA playoffs because we got a game going on now. We got a couple series moving along. I guess we can. Let's start with the Heat and Knicks because the Heat up 3-1. Is it curtains for the Knicks, everybody? I mean,
yes, it's curtain for the Knicks.
that thing go.
They had a good season. They made it to the second round of the playoffs. Congratulations to them. But we all knew that Julius Randle is a good player, but he isn't like a great superstar. And it is what it is, man. Jalen Brunson's cool too, but they just.
I would have loved to see them with Donovan Mitchell. What they could have been.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell would have been perfect for them, and that's exactly what they're missing—a superstar that's going to take them to the next level. Unfortunately, Jimmy Butler is that guy. Jimmy Butler will take you to the next level. He'll take you to the Eastern Conference Finals. Hell, he'll take you to the NBA Finals.
Look, as an 8 seed, Raj.
As an 8 seed.
And they lost the first game of the play-in tournament. That's the wildest thing.
So, I mean, this team has been up and down, but it seems like when the playoffs are starting, Jimmy Butler gets going. So, I'm not surprised at all. This series is over with. The Knicks had a great run, but it's done.
So, for the start, the Knicks. So it's funny. I feel like the Knicks, the Heat are out Knicksing the New York Knicks. They play the very same way. Hard-nosed defense with limited scoring. But it seems like as the playoffs went on, Julius Randle started to turn into, he started to turn into that New York Knicks pumpkin. Unfortunately, and he didn't bring it along with Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson, man, that ball could put the ball in the hoop. He could definitely do that. But it seemed like Julius Randle, I don't know if he got tired, if he was hurt or what, but when they don't come to play, it's all defense. And if your team and if the opposing team figures you out, they'll lose. And unfortunately, their best bet was for Jimmy Butler not to show up. But he did. He absolutely did. And I'll be the first one to say, I thought Jimmy Butler had an amazing game once every 4 or 5 games. But that is absolutely not the case between that first series and this series. He had a legit game just about every game. And he has been the difference in the Heat being where they are in this series and the previous series. But the Knicks played well. The Knicks, definitely for once, I can say in quite some time, they overachieved. They absolutely overachieved, and it's good. It's good to see them here. The Knicks fans, they celebrate on 7th Avenue almost every other day. They taking up 7th Avenue, and the Knicks haven't been this hype in probably since the Melo days. So it's good to see the Knicks that are finally up. But God damn it, Jimmy Butler is him, man. Jimmy Butler is him. Jimmy Butler is absolutely him. The only thing I'm waiting to see, well, not waiting to see, but unfortunately it's going to happen. At some point, he's going to run out of gas because he goes at 1,000 miles an hour. So the longer he goes, he's going to run into a wall at some point. But God damn it, till he runs to that wall, it's going to be beautiful, absolutely beautiful to see. And I don't even know who he will see in the next round because the Celtics can't close games. And I'm waiting for James Harden to turn to a pumpkin next too, because he's kind of playing out of his mind as well. So, but as far as the Heat and Knicks, the Heat out New York.
Trey,
Great.
I think we know the Knicks are done. Are you holding out hope for your Philadelphia 76ers to possibly beat the Celtics? It's 2-2.
Man, it's a wrap, man. It would be great to me. I would love to actually see that matchup more so than anything, Philly and Miami. But I just have a feeling that Boston's just going to be able to pull it out because James Harden. I think you talked about Jimmy maxing out. I think James Harden maxed out. So and then Embiid was hurt. Doc Rivers. You already know how Cravante feels about Doc Rivers. So.
Overrated.
So you know what? I think that I think Boston pulls it out, and of course the Miami series is over. Sometimes it feels like sometimes in the NBA they kind of prolong some of these series, knowing that it shouldn't be as long as it is. But this, like I said, the Boston series that's over. I think that I know they're I know it's not like how right now it's not over like how the Heat is, but you just kind of see the writing on the wall for some of these teams. And like right now, even with the Lakers, I mean, we had turned around and they were down by 10 just like 10 minutes ago, and then they were about to tie it up, and now they're down by 10 again. So you never know with the Golden State Warriors. Right now, the Lakers, what they need to do instead of trying to shoot from the outside, stick to what you've been doing in the paint, and get your points that way. I think that's their biggest mistake right there. I think that they need to just. I saw LeBron try, and now he's asking for the foul. But you gotta stick to that. Yeah, your bread and butter has been in the paint. You have the size. And then the Warriors right now, the Warriors kind of have. It's surprisingly, the Warriors have been actually kind of beating the Lakers at their own game with the with points in the paint. But you don't want to get into a matchup with the Warriors where you're trying to out-warrior the Warriors and shooting threes, because you're not going to be able to do that against that team. They got better shooting. Stick to having your size, going that inside that inside game as opposed to the Warriors having that outside game. So I think that right now the Lakers can still win this matchup. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Warriors did win this. I think that this could possibly, to me, I said that this could go 6 at the least, 7 at max, because both teams I feel like are just going to be just swapping kind of in and out. But I do give AD credit for having a good game. It's just that this just seems to be one of those games that the Warriors are just seem like they're gonna probably pull out. But then again, you never know, because like I said, 1 minute, we were looking up and the Lakers were down, and then they were close to tying it up. So this is going to be a back and forth series between these two teams.
Go ahead, Roger.
With the Lakers series, I said Golden State would win in 7. I'm not going to switch from that. I think Golden State is winning tonight. As far as the other series is Philly and Boston, James Harden is playing out of his mind. He really impressed me. I never thought he could play like that, for 2 games in a series. But he's put up, 40-point games, and they're tied at 2-2. And I think Philly could win the series if they continue to play like they're playing. But we'll see what happens if Boston makes any adjustments.
You got more faith than I do, Raj.
Or if the coach decides to actually coach in the last minute.
Y'all gonna leave that man alone, man.
Nah.
And leave his lineup alone.
Use the field, man. Udoka came in there year 1, took these boys to the ship.
Yeah, man had 2 timeouts and did not use not near one of them. So I don't want to hear that. It is one of the reasons why they lost. But other than that, they still have a chance to win the series. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure who's going to win that series. I don't really have a dog in the fight. The other series, Denver and Phoenix. Phoenix surprised me too. I thought they were done without Chris Paul, but somehow, some way, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker have showed up and showed out, and they've shown me a lot that they really want this. So it's gonna be a dogfight for Game 5. I think I'm still staying with Denver though, because I picked Denver to go to the finals. But it's gonna be extremely tough, man. And they're gonna have to figure out how to stop at least one of those guys or slow one of them down, because both of them can't get over 30. Because if they both get over 30, it's a wrap.
Well, so let me go back. If it's close for the Sixers and Celtics, I like the Sixers. It seems like their star power and their coach, for once, looks like they look like they know what they're doing when it's in the clutch. I think the Celtics seem like they gotta blow them out to get a decent win. But when it comes down the stretch, I don't know what it is. Tatum disappears. Marcus Smart out there taking shots, taking the shot, and it's absurd, man. And I don't know. I don't want to believe that those plays are drawn up, but James Harden showing up, I think James Harden showing up is the biggest surprise of this playoffs. Getting two 40-point games, and especially in Game 1 with no Joel Embiid, like that was surprising. And we've been, or at least we have been, but I know I've been ultra critical of James Harden when it comes to the playoffs, because in the regular season, one of the best shooters, one of the best scorers we've ever seen. Come playoff time, wait, did he cut his beard? Like, who is this? I don't know what's going on. Cut the beard, cut the mohawk. I don't know who this guy is, but he's had two very crucial 40-point games, and this last one, he hit he forced OT, and then he hit the game winning shot too.
Yep.
I like James Harden. It only took you 15 years to get here. Like you wasted your whole prime, and we've been looking for this your whole prime, and you wasted how long is Harden been? 14, 15 years, something like that.
Since 2010.
He's just now coming up clutch in the playoffs. Come on now, but whatever. He's here now. As far as the Suns and Nuggets, I do like the Nuggets in that series. Devin Booker, I think Jimmy Butler's probably overshadowing Devin Booker right now, but Devin Booker is him in the West.
Only player since Jordan Cavante averaged 35 in the playoffs.
But also look at his field goal percentage. He looking like Kevin Durant out there with his efficiency. He only made, I think he only took 18 shots in this past game, and I want to say he made 14 of them. Like that's 70% from the field, which is absurd for a guy that shoots a lot. A guy who's like a volume shooter. But I think one of the things is him and Kevin Durant are both being very, very efficient, and they're taking turns. I don't think neither one, Kevin Durant nor Devin Booker, has had a guy like either. Has had a guy like the other as far as efficiency and shooting. Neither one of them. There go Mark. 14 out of 18 was Devin Booker with 36 points. That's 70. That was like 77% or some craziness like that for an entire game. That's absurd. Like Kevin Durant was the only guy who's that efficient, who can take such little shots but have such a high volume of like points. I think they both had 36, and I think if he took 18, I think Kevin Durant might have made Mark. Well, how many shots did Kevin Durant take? I think it's probably right around the same. But Devin Booker being that efficient, along with Kevin Durant, makes life a lot easier in Phoenix.
Are they better without Chris Paul?
I'm not sure. That's yet to be determined. If they get past the series without him, then sure. But Yoke at 19, Kevin Durant shot 19 probably. I would say it was right around the same. But Yoke had 50. Yoke gave them boys 50.
Yeah, but yep.
And Jamal Murray, he was kind of quiet at the end. I didn't like that. He was quiet at the end. He gave him 20. I think he had 28, but he was quiet at the end. And it would no Porter was nowhere to be found. Gordon was nowhere to be found. KCP wasn't really anywhere to be found. So, that's why the 50 was null and void, because we got two guys who shot a very efficient 36 points on 18, 19 shots taken. So it's kind of hard to overcome that. But I think Denver, I don't think Devin Booker's going to shoot 70% from the field again. I just don't think that's going to happen again. And mind you, the Nuggets only lost by 5 points?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Devin Booker is going to be that efficient. 28 off of 25 shots. That's absurd. But I don't think Devin Booker is going to be that efficient. So I like the Nuggets moving forward, especially I think their next game is at home. So I like the Nuggets to regain control of the series. The Warriors and the Lakers. I said the same thing. I said Warriors in 7. I think with one does well, the other one with one doesn't do well, the other one does well on both sides of this coin. The Lakers have the size and the strength, and the Warriors have the shooting and the chemistry. So it's like this is really Jekyll and Hyde at the same time. And sometimes Jekyll wins, sometimes Hyde comes out on top. So I think it's going to continue to go back and forth. Whoever wins back to back is probably going to win the series. But I stick with Warriors in 7 because they make the best adjustments, and they're going to have, I believe, the Warriors have the home court, so it means Game 7 will be a day crib. So that's why I say Warriors in 7.
But the thing is, though, with the Warriors, they beat the Kings on the road, but I don't know. Like, look, I've been saying I think that the Lakers could pull this out, and that has yet to be determined. But I don't know. This doesn't feel like the same Warriors team. Like, I know people were saying that.
It's not.
It's something that's going on with this team that it's like I don't know if they'll make it back to back. And I know a lot of people are picking Boston, but then like we said, with Ndoku not being there, it just seems to be an impact. Yeah, this team seems like they're poised to go back, but we don't know. And then I know you and Raj have talked about James Harden, but until they close this thing out, I'm not a believer, y'all. I mean, that's just me from experience. Yeah, James Harden has had a couple of good games. I need to see for myself how y'all talk about Doc Rivers and finishing. I need to see this from James Harden. I need to see. I don't need to see a game or two, because I've seen too many times James Harden have a game or two in series, but he hasn't closed them out. And yeah, it might be because of the days of the past with the Rockets, maybe not showing up when he was with Brooklyn like that. But that, until I see that, I'm not a believer.
It's gonna be about Embiid.
So yeah, right. He has to stay healthy, number one. But so the interesting thing is that nobody looks great. Nobody looks great, because I thought once the Heat beat the Bucks, I was like, oh stop, the Celtics about to win this all. But man, the Celtics do make it difficult on themselves. My gosh, it's like when I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown should take off, they're not. I don't know what it is about the end of the game for the Celtics, but it's like they have a bunch of brain farts. Like I don't know what it is, and it's probably coaching. You could probably point to coaching, because that's really the only difference in this team. Defensively, they don't have the same intensity. Like the Celtics don't look like the Celtics last year. I think they took a step back. But losing your head coach, yeah, that's something that would happen. But yes, I'm very wary of the Sixers. But the Sixers and the Celtics are like one and the same right now. Like the Steelers are like, we're still waiting for Doc Rivers. First of all, you got two guys, two meltdown kings on one team, and Doc Rivers and James Harden. So you can't put your eggs in that basket. But the Celtics make every game they play difficult. So you can't put the eggs in either one of that basket. That series probably gonna mess around and go 7, and then it's gonna be up from there.
Any other thoughts on the playoffs before we get to Goofy, y'all? What's going on, Big Red? Appreciate you in the chat, brother. Yes, Mark, I do agree. Embiid he can't let Al Horford hold him down. He can't let
Man, that's ridiculous to me. Al Horford look like he got him scared out there almost.
Al
there you go, Big Red.
Horford.
Yeah, Reg, I agree, Big Reg. LeBron doesn't have any lift on his jumper. Steph is cooking. I think Steph is flirting with a triple-double right now.
That's another dude that's been since 2005.
And I like what Mark had talked about when he said Jimmy, Minnesota practice Jimmy. That's the Jimmy that looked like he out there. If y'all don't know that story, Google that story. That's
no, it's amazing, hilarious, absolutely hilarious story.
That's the Jimmy that got Andrew Wiggins scared,
and he should have been.
Cravante, you ready to get goofy, brother? Before we get out of here,
sure. Let's jump into it.
Gosh, something wrong here.
Always glad to have Goofy come right on time. Welcome, good people, to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this week. I have 2 levels of goofiness. We have low-level goofy, which is Packer green and jet green, as I like to say. It's low level, it's funny, we laugh, we kiki about it, in the hopes that it does not turn into a higher level goofy, which is the red goofy, cardinal sin red. At this point, we've gone too far. We have to congregate and figure out why this is happening. We have to ask some legit questions and figure out some answers, some solutions to why this is reached this level of goofiness. So, this week is a little different. Sometimes I kind of go back and forth on if my goofies of the week are sports related or not. And this one, it is leaning to the not direction. I wanted to say something before, but I wanted to surprise everybody because I was going to say Raj, because me and Raj was on the first two on here before Dre and Byron got on. But I think you'll find this one interesting and maybe even a little funny. So over this past weekend, well, on Friday, Cinco de Mayo was also a great R&B.
Cinco de Mayo.
It was also a great hip hop and R&B artist by the name of Chris Brown's birthday. On 5/5. The brother turned 34, and for those that were unaware, he celebrated his birthday, over this past weekend, and also was a part of a Lovers and Friends, concert festival with another great and Usher. But what started as a birthday party and a celebration turned into an altercation and fight and bloody nose. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But anyway, for those of y'all that don't know, just a couple hours before the Lovers and Friends festival, Usher and Chris Brown was at a roller rink, and it was a celebration for for Chris Brown celebrating his 34th birthday, like I said before. And of course, two very well-known outlets. If they get a hold of it, they're pretty reputable, and we lean on them being truthful way more often than not. That's Hollywood Unlocked, and that's TMZ. So yes, they did. They definitely got it popping. So allegedly, and allegedly from Hollywood Unlocked, is that Chris Brown and his crew jumped Usher and gave Usher a bloody nose. So Brown was celebrating, of course, his birthday at a rink in the early hours of May 6th. And he reportedly tried at one point to talk to Tiana Taylor. And Tiana Taylor was ignoring him. And obviously Chris Brown, well, not obviously, so Chris Brown didn't really appreciate it. He was yelling at her while she was sitting down or whatever. But per both outlets, Brown was very, very upset, and he left the entire situation. Usher, being concerned, I think, I'm not, you know what? No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not sure if he was concerned or if he wanted smoke or whatever. But he followed Chris Brown away from the situation, and allegedly, that's when he got jumped. And both outlets reported that Usher had a bloody nose. Absolutely hate. Yo, keep up with Mark going in right now. So apparently, now this is new information to me. Was that as for the fight starting, TMZ reported that it was over Brown's scrapped, Michael Jackson tribute, which was originally planned for last year's American Music Awards, the AMAs. And Brown reportedly blamed Taylor for the cancellation of it. Don't really know what the reason was, but he confronted her about it. You know, and this was months ago, not New Flame. So yes, even though this was 6 months ago, he confronted her about it, and obviously Tiana Taylor was probably ignoring him, and he was probably really upset because it was a tribute for Michael Jackson, who is well known as one of his idols. And we don't know why it was scrapped, but it was scrapped, and he blames Tiana Taylor for that. So it turned from lovers and friends to haters and enemies. So they still took the stage later on, which was, surprising, but they still took the stage. And then neither one of them showed signs of, any type of injury, and they performed back to back. But after the show, it seems like Chris Brown had more fight in him. TMZ caught him in mid altercation at the festival, where security appeared to get between Brown and some other folks. While the singer has yet to specifically address the Usher fight, he did claim that he simply intervened. So I don't know if he had a beef with somebody and Usher just got caught in the middle, or if the beef was really with Usher himself. Chris Brown later on took to Instagram, which I think is always a terrible idea, trying to defend the situation. But Chris Brown just said basically, y'all tripping, this is y'all narrative, and y'all follow it, whatever. It ain't all that it seems. So that's basically everything that happened. And my gosh, Chris Brown, what the hell? What is really going on, bro? Not every time we look up, but every time you pop out, it's something crazy going on. You putting your hands on somebody or something. Like, obviously it's well documented that, Chris Brown has some form of like anger issues. When he gets mad, he blows up, whatever. And I just hate to see him reverting back to what he once was. I hate that for him. And Chris Brown's one of my favorite artists, for real. And Usher is too. And I hate that the both of them had to come to blows, or I don't know if Usher fought or if Usher just got jumped. They said he got jumped. I don't know. But I hate them that two of my favorite artists have to come to blows off of something goofy. And I also hate the fact that the narrative is going to continue to get pushed that Chris Brown has problems. So I hate saying that. I hate saying that for Chris Brown, and I hate saying Usher had to catch the short end of the stick, reportedly, allegedly. But if TMZ and Hollywood Unlocked reported it, I'm inclined to believe it. So that was some goofiness that happened this weekend, and I absolutely hate the parties that was involved, because they were supposed to be celebrating another year of life, and it turned into fighting and altercation. I'm sure alcohol and all that other stuff was involved, and I just hate it. I hate how it was reported and how it reportedly ended. But the concert did still go on. But yeah, I hate it for both my favorite artists. So that was my lone goofy of the week. Chris Brown. I want better for you, brother, but you can't keep conducting yourself like this out and about in public, man. It's just going to continue to be a bad look, and it allows people to continue to pile on what's already on your plate. So, that's my lone goofy of the week. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and Chris Brown seems to end up on the wrong end of the side. Wrong end of the side. Got to do better, brother. Got to do better.
Yeah, of course. Something wrong here.
Thank you, Cravante, for that goofy of the week. That is all we have for
That's all
episode
she wrote.
393. Drizzy Dre, we are slowly inching closer to episode 400.
Yo, they said they R&B his ass. Yo, shit.
Shout out to Big Reg, Mark, everybody in the chat. Yeah, that's why I said that we wanted the verses. This is not, what we wanted to see.
That wasn't the verse he was looking for, man.
No. Drizzy Dre, how can they start their day with a cup of Dre? And episode 400 coming soon. Trying to get a certain political figure here on the show.
Closer and closer to episode 400. Trust me, we working some things out, man. It's a very special episode for us indeed. I can't wait. You can find me, on WEAA, but most importantly, you can find me with my brothers here Mondays at 10 p.m. Like I said, as we inch closer and closer to episode 400.
Oh.
Executive producer Andre Melton, senior producer, captain of the Goofy Ship, Cavante Hurd. Still waiting on Dance Night to officially sell, Cavante?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen later. It's a lot of paperwork. A lot of paperwork and a lot of finances involved. Oh, the Colts. Y'all heard about the news with the Colts? Irsay possibly trying to sue the team with the whole Andrew Luck, because allegedly, we reached out to Andrew Luck to see if he wanted to come back. Andrew Luck can't denied it, so hopefully it goes nowhere. Because listen, this would be only fitting that Daniel Snyder goes out with a bang.
Big Raj, what can the people expect on the channel, social media, and on YouTube?
My bro. I'm watching this game right now, man. Lonnie Walker's going crazy.
They dug him up off the bench. Raj, where he been at?
On the bench. He should be playing. He should have been playing this whole game. Right now, he's killing. But other than that, we have plenty of stuff coming up on the channel. We might do a schedule release video on Thursday. AEW on Wednesday, of course, with the crew. Some other stuff probably that's going to happen throughout the week. So stay tuned. There's going to be plenty of stuff, plenty of videos, plenty of content. Just do it, keep it moving.
Episode 394 coming to you next week. Hit the bell, vote on the poll, hit the like button, the Flex Zone 1 on Twitter, Instagram, flexzone1@gmail.com. Throw your ones up and acknowledge the Head of the Sports Podcast table, the Flex Zone Podcast. Inching closer to episode 400. maybe getting some special congratulations. So Mark, Big Reg, anybody in the chat want to tell a Flex Zone congratulations on 400 episodes, let us know. Trying to put together a nice little tribute video for the podcast. But for Dre, Cavante, Big Raj, God's favorite host, signing off. Appreciate everybody for watching, tuning in, likes, loves, support. Appreciate you, Big Reg. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you, everybody in the chat. We will see you guys next week for episode 394. Stay tuned to the channel for more content throughout the week. Only place, fellas, give me sports how you want it.
When you need it.
And until next week, and before then on the channel, we gone, y'all. Peace.
We sweet ones.